Back again, guys. I've calmed down a little bit more from my video with Cubs. I raged a little bit too hard. Blood pressure's down again. Woosah, we're back. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. Hit the sub button. You know the drill. Really, really appreciate it. Hit the thumbs up. Get the comments in. You guys know I'm answering them because you keep calling me out saying, Heinzie, if you don't answer this, you don't care. You know I care. Love you all, guys. We answer them. Thank you so much for being amazing. Cubs, crazy, crazy video, mate. Had a fantastic mini moment. Talked about the profundity a little bit and Dodger crons. And yeah, enough said about that. Let's move on to something else, which is really cool, Cubs. This popped up only a few hours ago. Didn't see this one coming. Not disappointed about it. It's been a long time coming, I feel. Savage's Omicron. Savage Press gets himself an Omicron. And I don't know about you, but I really, really like this this Omicron, to be honest. And it's a GAC Omicron, so that's a bonus. GAC is damn important in this game. But first thoughts off the rip is using it, of course, in a Melga-style team.
Yep. I think that's where it's intended to be used.
Yeah, I think that some will still use it in Treya for those that don't have Melgus. Still be pretty handy there as well. Limited use in C, a C team. But overall, mate, I looking at this, it kind of looks like a bit of a Mace for Melgus type deal, doesn't it? You know, a Mace Windu style sort of lineup for Melgus. Just get some survivability there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, 50% defense, 50% max health, but also the offense. I mean, don't discredit that too. It looks very defensive, but 50% offense is nothing to scoff at, especially if he's up there in the relics. But yeah, he's getting 2 stacks of resilient defense. And let's see here. Whenever he is critically hit, gain 16% health steal and offense, stacking max to 160%. All other Sith allies gain 4% health steal and offense as well. So he's feeding offense to the team. Lots of really good stuff here. I don't know if it's good enough that I'm, busting out, ready to, slap this Omicron on, but it does look very formidable for people who can afford to do it.
Yeah, it's definitely not one of the worst ones in the game. I think that's the trick. I think, any tank is great. And this is the thing, it's kind of tanking up an attacker because he has the attacker tag, not actually, a tank tag as such. So
right.
It's really interesting to see, certainly that this is leaning more towards a defensive style kit for an attacker, which is quite strange. I don't think we've seen that. Not that I don't like it. It's just, whatever we can do to make Savage more useful in the game, I think is good. And I think it's just, again, Cubs, another example of taking a character that we've had honestly sitting there collecting dust on the shelf for so long and actually making it viable and useful. I've always liked this idea.
I would say that. I do think this takes Savage to a viable place. It's more a question of with how many Omicrons there are out to give right now and how long it takes to get the Omicron materials that you need. It's unlikely for me to be equipping this anytime soon. But if you are ahead of it enough, or you're getting enough Omicrons flowing in, it will make him viable, I think.
So speaking of which, I mean, yes, the Omicrons are still quite hard to achieve. But if we remember, Cubs, and I want your opinion on this, Zetas were very similar when they were released early on as well. They were very, very hard to achieve early on. And of course, now they've been loosened up considerably as far as availability. It's a lot easier to get them now than it ever was. How far down the line do you think it will be before Omicrons are more accessible? I mean, every single release in the game has an Omicron now, like everyone. So I can't remember the last one that hasn't had one. So now with the new releases all the time, and of course the game will always keep evolving. We're always going to have more things coming in the game, and they're going to have Omicron strapped on them. How long do you think it is, to be fair, to actually release the Omicron cadence a little bit?
Fair is now. Let me define what fair looks like from my own personal bias. No, I don't know. It doesn't feel to me like they are anywhere close to doing that, frankly. I really hope I'm wrong, though. I have had a huge crunch for Datacrons. And part of the problem, too, that frustrates me is almost every galactic challenge, it seems, is Inquisitors.
Yeah, well, we got a viewer's choice question about that very, very soon. We'll come to that.
It's like every other one, man. Like, is somebody finally gonna say, okay, we've pushed it enough? We have pushed it enough. We have shoved it down their throats. I think it's non-consensual at this point. It was never consensual. Please, I've had enough Inquisitors.
Cubs has gone premature on the viewer's choice question, ladies and gentlemen. He's killing me here. We'll come back to that in a little while. Don't
I
you
will
worry
rant
about that.
twice in this video. Okay, let's talk about territory wars.
Well, this is the thing. This is a big deal. Of course, we have the Datacrons, and like them or hate them, they're not going anywhere. You know, they're a necessary evil. We all have them in the game. Territory wars, of course, now it's been released that the reroll materials are fundamentally going to come out of territory war rewards going forward.
Yeah.
There was a post that was done a few days ago. So you're still going to be able to farm the materials to upgrade, of course, in Conquest, and you're going to be unlocking, you know, the Datacron, you know, the shell, you know, whatever you want to call it, the actual, you know, Datacron itself, through Conquest. But if you actually want to boost your stats, you're going to need to basically participate in territory war and get wins to get that reroll material. And we know in the past with territory war rewards, they haven't been very favorable to the people that come second, Cubs, as far as the amount of gear and rewards you get in comparison to first. And that's my biggest concern right here.
Of course.
Now I'm in a guild where, of course, is pretty competitive in territory wars. And you know that's my choice. And again, it's a great group of people, and that's great. We're in a pretty good position overall to certainly get a lot of the Datacron reroll material than a lot of other guilds have there.
Right.
And I think this is going to shake things up as well, where territory wars is absolutely going to be a lot more important than it has been previously. Like it or hate it, you're going to have to sign up for it. But they better even out the rewards if it comes to the reroll materials fairly between first and second place. I know the droid brains, you know, you go from getting 5 for the winner to 1 for the loser. That's crazy. And the last thing I want to see is reroll materials to the same type of ratio. That's my concern. Cubs, am I going down the right track here, or do you disagree with that thought, or what do you think overall? Because the reroll materials are fundamental to getting the stats that we want.
So first of all, I think people who don't care about Datacrons won't give a shit.
Yeah, good point. Yeah,
which is a percentage of the community. Although I think I'm starting to question my own resolve to not care about Datacrons because it's affecting me now, and it's just it's an evil I'm gonna have to eventually get along with and just accept. But I have not seen in the history of this game, the more emphasis they place on territory wars, especially from a reward standpoint, it doesn't increase engagement in territory wars that I've seen. It doesn't make people magically like territory wars. It just frustrates people who don't. And then the people who already like territory wars benefit, right? And so I think this is a really great move for people who are excited about territory wars, who like it. There's going to be the more that they have that gap between winner and loser, the more frustration there will be, of course. But by and large, I think most of the community, I think there's when I say most, I would say at least above 50%, I would speculate, of the community is probably more very, very lukewarm to negative about territory wars. And so anytime you play stuff like this in territory wars, it's just frustrating.
This is the problem that I see, Cubs. And the problem is that I actually see guilds falling apart from this. And the reason is this. There are guilds out there that have 1, maybe 2 guys that have really OP, crazy, insane rosters, right? That kind of carry a lot of the guild in a lot of cases when it comes to their territory war battles and their matchups, right? So these guys have the option of struggling through and maybe still getting the loss, or going to a 100%, 60, 70, 80% win ratio in another guild that have the roster that can compete in that level to guarantee getting more reroll materials. And I find that a real problem. I see that as something that's going to be an inherent problem going forward. And I'm not proud of it. I see the writing on the wall, and I don't think that's a good thing. So if they even them out a bit, so, you know, if they went to like a 3-to-2 style ratio, something like that, when it comes to the reroll materials, that's not going to be as big an issue. But if they go to like the 5-to-1, like they're doing with droid brains, you know, there's going to be big accounts going, you know what, screw you guys. I'm going to go to those guys and guarantee myself a win and make sure I get what I need for my account, especially with GAC being so important.
5-to-1 is stupid. I'm sorry. It's just stupid.
It is. Yeah. I'm surprised when droid brains were released, it went from 5-to-1, 5 for the win, 1 for the loss. That's just crazy. Stupid. If you win 4 in a row, you get an upgrade, a Relic 9 upgrade, right? In comparison to 20 losses. Big difference, isn't it? Like, it's just bizarre. So anyway, let us know in the comments below whether we're on the right track or not. But yeah, Territory Wars, guys, it's going to be stepped up. I mean, you're going to have to step it up now, whether you like it or not, if you want those goodies. And we know that some of the roles we get when we unlock Datacrons are absolute dog straight up. So you do need to re-roll them to get the goodies that you actually want when it comes to the stats. Let's get to the viewer's choice question, guys. Of course, we do this every single week. If you go to the Discord link below the link tree, it's got an access to our Discord server. Jump in there. There's a channel in there called Rogue Actions Questions. Put your questions in there. That's where I draw the questions from every single week. So jump in there and throw your questions in. Bevel Limelisk has given us a question. I can't even say it. I'm sorry. It's been a long GAC stream. Bevel Limelisk has got a good question here. And Cubs, you have prefaced this question already a little bit. And the question is this. Thank you for your question. When do you expect this consistent ramming of Inquisitors down our throats to stop or at least slow down? Months of them being a required faction for every second or third galactic challenge has driven some players just to not even attempting any of them anymore because they've had enough.
My most liked tweet on Twitter in months. Not that I'm not like super active on Twitter. I'll post like, a couple times a week. By far the most attention I got on a tweet was this one right here. There's got to be a guy at CG who's just absolutely obsessed with Inquisitors. There has never, ever been a faction pushed this relentlessly in the history of their game. And a lot of people were like, can I get an amen, Cubs? The community is so tired of this, man. Like, we had an assault battle made for them. It's like every other freaking galactic challenge. Like, how many more times, CG, do you need to get out in front of us and say, please farm our Inquisitors? I'm not freaking farming them for assault freaking battles or for your crappy Grand Inquisitor Territory War Omicron. I don't give a crap. I'm not farming them. Stop shoving it down my throat. Please have some semblance of variety in this game on what factions you're pushing right now, because we are tired of Inquisitors. We're tired.
I like it. Number one rule in sales, Cubs: give the people what they want. Okay? I don't think people want Inquisitors to this level.
Does CG ever listen to that advice?
My point exactly. This is the thing that needs to be reset. Give the people what they want, and they keep coming back for more. Sales 101. It's not rocket science. It really isn't. I don't think it is terrible. Anyway. Tell me if I'm wrong in chat or comments. Let us know. But guys, listen to the players, the guys that are day in, day out playing your game, picking it up, doing their 600 dailies and buying the packs and whatever else they want to do. Listen to what they actually want. That would be a highly, highly recommended concept, guys. And I think you need to get down to that right now instead of releasing whatever you feel like you want to release. Because if you want people to play the game, you need them to get engaged in it. You want to give them what they want. I mean, just perfect example. We've been asking for Holdo for 5 years. Like, seriously, put bloody Holdo in the game. I mean, you put all this other stuff in that we don't want. Check in something we actually want. That'd be really cool. And it'll get people engaged, happy, and enjoy it. That's just one example. I'm not saying do it.
Think about the most popular request for this game.
Oh,
right now.
That's it.
When was the last time they gave us something that we've just been begging for?
Okay, Cubs, put it this way. What would you rather in this game? Hondo or Raven's Claw? Which one would you rather? Honestly.
I didn't even know what the Raven's Claw was until recently.
My point exactly. I get that you want to release different stuff for whatever reason, but that's fine. We accept that, and we are always going to farm it, especially the end game players. But here's this crazy idea. How about give us something that we actually want as well on the flip side, just every once in a while, not all the time, just every once in a while. Just throw some sugar out there for us.
Why not? Rogue brings up, like, how many times have we asked for a Death Star raid?
Oh, don't get me started, mate. I'm going to finish this video. Otherwise, I'm going to go for 15 minutes about that. That is ridiculous. How can we have... Do you want me to go? Do you want me to go after this? Okay, all right.
Here we go. We're going to give you the full screen stage.
Okay.
Please.
How have we seriously got a Star Wars game without a Death Star raid in it? It's not like the Death Star's pretty important or anything to the Star Wars universe. For goodness sake. I know that they're a lot of work, but you know what? So's farming Inquisitors.
You've made $1 billion on your game. I'm sorry for asking you to work.
I know it. Look, I'm sorry. I hate this rage. This is like a serious rage fest. But you know what? Every once in a while, our frustration boils over. And this is one of those moments where you just go, you know what? Just give us a little bit of what we want.
I mean, we've got a ratio right now of release of like 15 things that they want to one thing that we want.
Yeah, but you know what?
Nobody wanted Datacrons. Nobody wanted relics. Nobody wanted freaking galactic challenges with Inquisitors. Nobody wanted any of that. Nobody wanted the profundity, for crying out loud. I mean, we do want a counter to Executor, right?
Yeah,
we do want that, but who cares about the profundity, right? How much more exciting would it have been if it was something like the Ravager, right? Anyway, I digress.
That's right. I mean, but I'm okay with that. I'm all right with it. But just every once in a while, just take a minute and go, you know what? We've done a fair bit of the stuff that we want. How about it's something that they would like? Just this is a crazy idea that, you know, if you just chuck a little bit of sugar our way, just a little bit, not asking for a whole.
Don't you make money on stuff that we want to?
Just a little bit. So anyway, I've had my rant. We're done now. I've been raging way too much tonight. Way too much. And I don't like being like this.
You need to go get some sleep, Heinzie. It's late.
Yes, I'm tired. It's late and I've done my gack and I'm tired. Guys, I'm gonna blame that. Let's just do that. Thank you so much, guys, for joining the video. Let us know in the comments below. I'm sorry if I was really salty and ragey, but we've all been like that lately because it's been really, really tough to be positive some days and it sucks. And I don't like it. None of us do. We want to love this game and we do, but we just, you know, we just want a few things just tidied up a bit. It's not rocket science. Let us know in the comments below if you agree with us or if you say, Heinzie, you're an idiot. Not the first time you've said it.
Heinzie, you're an idiot.
But hit the subscribe button at the same time, and I don't care. That's fine. I'll get over it. That's okay. So thank you so much for being amazing. Cubs, love you, mate. We'll be back midweek, I think, from now on. So let us know what you guys think as well, and we'll see you next week, Cubs. Love you, brother. Be good.
All right. See you later.
Bye, guys. Bye.
All right, Heinzie. We'll see you later.
Thank you, guys. Love you, fam. Have a great day, guys. Be good. I'm tired. Love you. Be good.
See you, man.
See ya. Bye.
Okay, guys. We're going to test something. I'm still recording Heinzie's video, and he's probably not going to check the end of it. So I just wanted to come on here at the end of the video, and I could use this platform to say something mean about Heinzie, but instead I'm just going to say that he's a great dude. Everyone subscribe to Heinzie.